Every time I speak to anyone and I mention the fact that I'm a nutritionist, the first thing that they always ask me is, what should I eat? And some people think that it's important for them to have a specific diet or a special diet in order to be able to achieve optimum health. To an extent, that is right or correct, but to an extent, I recently read an article from a very renowned doctor who is saying the old school is the best. So the old way of thinking about calories, of thinking about what you eat and controlling portion sizes seems to be the best option compared to anything else when it comes to optimal health. And so I want to break down a little bit after you finished your fast and you're thinking, what can I be eating? Obviously, our diet is divided into two. We have the macronutrients, which are usually what we eat in large quantities. Then we have the so-called micronutrients, which you need to eat in small quantities. There are three micronutrients, which is the proteins, the carbohydrates, and the fats. And then we have the micronutrients, which are the minerals and the vitamins. As the name suggests, we need them in smaller quantities. When it comes to carbohydrates, you need to eat between 35 to 50-ish% of your daily requirements. And for a woman, your daily requirements will be about 2,000 calories, and for a man, 2,500 calories. And so that will average for different people depending on different things in terms of the grams that you need for carbohydrates per day. If you're thinking carbohydrates, the best to think is always complex carbohydrates. Why am I saying this? Because complex carbohydrates tend to bypass and go to the colon where they kind of are fermented, and once they're fermented, they become good food for gut bacteria, but also they can be converted to things like short-chain fatty acids, which are important or significant for health in terms of the modulating of the functionality of the gut and how the gut modulates the functionality of different aspects of the body. When it comes to protein, you need 0.75 grams per kg of body weight for your proteins. When it comes to fat, for men, you need to keep it to less than 30 grams for saturated fat, whereas for women, you need to keep it to less than 20 grams when it comes to saturated fats. When it comes to micronutrients, of course, there are things like different vitamins, like vitamin D, you need at least 10 microgram per day. And if you're in a place where you can be able to get that from your sun, you shouldn't be worried much about that because sunshine should give you enough. Of course, there are other functions that can be attributed to all these different nutrients in your body.